How do multiple Python variables reference the same object? Imagine you have a box of crayons and you give two friends the same crayon. Both friends can use it, and if one colors over something, the other sees it instantly. That's similar to how Python handles variables and objects. In Python, variables don't actually hold the data directly. Instead, they act as labels or references to objects stored in memory. When you assign a value to a variable, Python creates an object with that value and makes the variable point to it. If you then assign that variable to another, both variables will point to the same object. For example, if you write equals 5 and y equals x, both x and y now reference the same number object with the value 5. Python doesn't create a new number object for y, it simply makes y point to the same object is pointing to. This is called sharing a reference. This behavior applies to all objects in Python, including numbers, strings, lists, and custom objects. But it's important to know that immutable objects like numbers and strings cannot be changed once created. Sharing references to them is safe because they cannot be altered. Mutable objects like lists or dictionaries can be changed through any reference pointing to them. If you change a list through one variable, all other variables referencing that list will see the change. For example, if x is a list and y equals x, then modifying will also modify y because both point to the same list object. You can check if two variables reference the same object using the is operator. If x is y returns true, it means both variables point to the same object. If it returns false, they are different objects, even if their values are the same. When you reassign a variable to a new object, it stops referencing the old one. For example, if x equals 5 and y equals x, then you set x to 10, x now points to a new object with 10, but y still points to the original 5. Python manages memory automatically. When no variables reference an object anymore, Python's garbage collector frees up that memory. This means objects only stay in memory as long as they are referenced somewhere in your code. Understanding how variables reference objects is key to writing effective Python programs. If you're working with mutable objects, be careful about shared references because changes through one variable affect all others. If you want separate copies, you need to create copies of objects instead of just assigning references. So remember, in Python, variables are references to objects, not containers of data. Assigning one variable to another makes both point to the same object. The is operator helps you check if two variables reference the same object. Immutable objects are safe to share because they cannot change, but mutable objects can be changed through any reference. When you reassign a variable, it points to a new object without affecting others. Python's automatic memory management keeps things running smoothly behind the scenes. Mastering these concepts helps you avoid bugs and write cleaner, more predictable code.